YYC. Before we start today, I'd like to ask all of you, business owners as well as accounts and finance department, I want to ask you, do you agree that tax is one of the largest expenses in your business? For those of you who agree, please in the chat box give me 111. Not only 111, Yes, my question is tax one of the largest? I know we have many expenses, but I'm sure all of you feel the pain, right? Because tax is definitely one of the largest expenses in your business. All right, thank you everyone for interacting with me. Now, if tax is one of the largest expenses in your business, my second question is, how much do we know about tax? Any tax experts here today, very well versed in tax? If that's you, in the chat box, give me 2. Or if you are not a tax expert, you say, I'm okay lah. Okay, if you're okay in tax, in the chat box, give me 3. Okay, 2 for expert, 3 for okay. Or if today you tell me, I'm not good at tax, that's why I'm here today to learn in the chat box, please give me 4. All right, I see a lot of people give me 3 and as well as a lot of people also give me 4. All right, fantastic. Then today, you are at the right place. Why I say that? Because here, I'm going to share with you 11 landmines that tax authorities will target your business. You know what's the best way of learning? What do you think? The best way to learn is learn from other people's mistakes. Do you agree? Yes? YYC, we have been doing tax for 49 years. We've seen too many cases. And that's why today I have so much to share with you. Other people's mistakes, other people's landmines, so that you do not repeat the same mistake. Is this what you want? Yes? Now, everyone tells me it's getting tougher to be a boss. So before we proceed, let me get to know you all better. How many of you here are bosses? Can in the chat box give me boss? Or if you are accounts, in the chat box give me accountant or finance. Please let me know in the chat box what is your role in the company. Tanya is finance, Liang is boss. Some bosses like to call themselves one-leg cake. Some finance also like to call themselves one-leg cake. So today I said, oh, there's head of finance, there's bosses, there's accounts, there's finance. Fantastic. So many different departments or roles here today. Some bosses, some head of finance, some accounting, tax and finance. So now today, especially for bosses, I want all of you to stay until the very end. Of course, finance as well, accounts as well. Why? Because I want to tell you the way of doing business in the past and now is very different. Traditionally, most bosses, when they think about tax, what do boss think? Want to save as much as possible, correct? Now, if you are expert in tax, you can save legally, no issue. But what I find that is a lot of bosses, they are not tax experts and end up, a lot of times the financials are not in order. So that's why today I have so much to share with you. I'm going to share with you 3 strategies. The first strategy is tax is a concern for boss. Erica say true. Second is what is tax audit and investigation? And third, how TaxPort can help you to stay on top of your concerns. So because that today, I also have an extra thing to share with you all today is e-invoice. Can everyone in the chat box give me e-invoice? What is it? I tell you, it's a game changer. So because today I'm going to share so much with you, I have 2 requests. Can I? Thank you, Chong. Give me e-invoice. What's my 2 requests? First request is, can everyone stay until the very end? Today is Friday. I know Friday night everyone go, they think, makan with family. But today, can we stay until the very end? Very end is what time? 4:30. Can everyone stay until 4:30? Because e-invoice, I need to explain it right at the very end. Why? Because it changes everything. So I have to go by process, landmine 1 to landmine 10 first, then only e-invoice. So I see a lot of yes. Can I have more yes? Can boleh tak? Today dating with me lah, Shin. Kan? Boleh. Alright, fantastic. Second, Tanyan say boleh. Second request is I need everyone to give me 100% attention. Can or not? If can, in the chat box, give me 100%. Cannot accept 70%, 50% because I know you guys are very hardworking. So while you are listening to me, you are also doing your work. You think I don't know? Cannot multitask, okay? Why? Because I have a lot to share with you, and all this actually is to help you to save tax, is to avoid income tax targeting your company. So it is all to save more money for you. So can give me 100%? I see a lot of people give me 100%. All right, so before, like I said, e-invoice will be the 11 landmine, but let me give a teaser first. I'm sure all of you know that e-invoice is a game changer. Yes? Now, why a lot of people still scratching head, especially bosses, right? Accounts, I think most accounts start to know already. Bosses mostly think, no effect one lah, but are you sure? Now, first thing, e-invoice, let's go for the implementation date first. How about that? The first thing is, if your sales is more than 100 million, the first implementation date has been deferred a little bit, so everyone happy. So those of you here today are more than 100 million. The first implementation date for all of you, okay, the first batch is 100 million, more than 100 million, is 1st August 2024. So those of you who are affected, can you please in the chat box give me 1 August 2024? As long as your sales in 2023 is more than 100 million, your implementation date is when? 1st August 2024. I see quite a lot of people affected, right? Now, what about everyone else? Previously, before the new budget came out, the date was over few years, 2025, 2026, 2027, depending on your sales. But then, after the budget came out, everyone got shocked, but some people still not sure yet. Why I say everyone got shocked? Because from 1st January 2025 onwards, as long as your sales is 25 million and above, 25 to 100 million, the implementation date is brought forward to 1 January 2025. So can everyone give me those in this category, 25 million to 100 million, can you give me 1 January 2025? Why I want you all to interact with me? Because I want to make sure all of you know the dates. Okay, 1 January 2025, those from 25 million to 100 million sales. All right, so I see more people give me dates. And for everyone else, even below 25 million, when is the date? Initially, government said 1st January 2027, but now it's brought forward to 1st July 2025. So those of you who are in this category, in the chat box, give me 1st July 2025. Means what? Means we do not have much time left, correct? Means soon everyone would need to be ready for e-invoice, correct? Now, so first thing, e-invoice is a game changer. Like I said, I'll explain more in details in my 11 strategy. But before we go there, first thing I want to remind everyone, tax is a concern for boss. Why I say that? Because a lot of bosses don't realize if you do not do your taxes in order, it affects the financial statements. Yes? You see, this business owner, they are hardware shop. First case I want to share with all of you. This boss, all this while, he has a lot of creative way to pay tax. Why I say that? Okay, all this while, this boss, he pay minimal tax. But because he's not well versed in financials, he do it very creatively. Now, I want to ask everyone here today, you get what I'm saying not? What is very creatively? Who gets what I'm saying in the chat box, give me 1. Who's not so sure in the chat box, give me 2. All right? Well, some people get me. All right? Most people get me. So, but some people don't really get. Never mind. Let me explain. So this hardware shop owner, all this while the finance and accounts, the tax and the tax agent and the auditor didn't advise him to do proper auditing and reporting. And because of that, he underpaid his tax by a lot. And because of that, he had some friends who advised him, if you didn't fully report your tax, you know what you should do? If you didn't fully report your tax, make sure you don't buy property. Again, I want to ask, any one of you heard any advice like this? If yes, in the chat box, give me 3. Anyone heard advice like this? Now, is this advice correct? If you didn't pay your tax, don't simply buy property. So you know what? All these years, this boss never buy property. No. Even his own house, saver. Why? Because he's so worried. He buy property, tax authority will come and audit him. Now, you know what happened? One day, there was an opportunity for this business owner to expand. Now, let's discuss. If we want to expand, what do we need? Business owners especially, please tell me, if your business wants to expand, you definitely need this. What is it? You definitely need funding, correct? So, next question. where to get funding. Thank you, Pang. Thank you, Erica. Loan funding. Where to get funding? What do you think? From the bank? Or what? So, or investor? So if today, let's say you go to the bank and say, I want to get funding. Yeah, a lot of people tell me bank. What would the bank require from you? What would the bank need from you? The bank definitely need accounts, financial statement from you. Go say loan shark. Correct, management accounts, right? And so this business owner showed the audited accounts, the management accounts. And guess what? The bank officer took a look at it and then straight away said, no, I don't think I can loan to you because based on your financial statements, you make too little profit. Now, the next question the bank officer asks is, do you have any collateral, any property you can pledge to the bank? And guess what? The guy said, this business owner said, don't have. You know why? Because he listened to the advice. You do not, don't buy property, so don't have any collateral. And because of that, he lost the opportunity. And this case I haven't finished yet. Because he didn't get any bank loan, he cannot expand. No FD cert also. And because of that, do you know what? Not only that, 2 years ago, income tax department came to audit him. Why? Okay, and when came to audit him, audit him, they managed to ask him to pay penalty plus tax 1 million. Now, everyone here today, if this is your company, would you be painful? Can you please in the chat box tell me if this is your company, is it very painful experience? Company cannot grow because boss didn't understand financial statements need to be in order. And because of that, after that, the tax department come and check, sure pain, right? Okay, now my next question for all of you here today. Do you want to take a look at how he reported his accounts? Anyone want to take a look? Because I say creative, some people say, what is creative? If you want, please in the chat box, give me bonus. More bonus I'll share with y'all, okay? And I want my team to help me switch on the aircon more, very hot, because whenever I share more cases, I tend to really get very hot, all right? So you want to see, I see a lot of bonuses, all right? Okay, have enough bonus? Then I'll share with all of you. Okay, fantastic. I love the crowd today. You keep interacting with me. Now, let's look at his accounts. This is called creative. Now, the sales of this company, 15 million. Gross profit, 10%. The actual inventory stocks, 5 million. The reported stocks, 2 million. Because of that, he only report 100,000 profit. Now, if today you are income tax department, would you go and audit him? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Would you? My next question. Today, if you are a bank officer, would you loan him money? Definitely no, right? Okay, you would definitely audit him. You have tax department, and if you're a bank officer, you wouldn't loan him money. Why? Because this company, the accounts, make too little profit, right? It doesn't make sense. Now, the question come again. I said, e-invoice is a game changer. With e-invoice, all this creative accounting, you think is still possible? What do you think? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay, I'm sure you all know the answer, right? With e-invoice, this is not possible, right? You won't be able to do that. That's why I want to tell you, e-invoice is a game changer. Now, second, another reason why boss should be concerned about your financials. Why? Because 8 years ago, there was this company. The boss also didn't know the benefits of paying tax. So, because of that, he also reduced his financial statements profit. And because of that, one time there was an investor who wanted to invest in his business. But when the investor looked at his accounts, again, saw that he reported so little profit. Because of that, didn't want to invest in his business. So business owners, especially bosses here today, because I want all bosses here today to really be concerned about tax. Okay, now let's proceed. Now, you will tell me, Shin, if I need to always report all my profit with e-invoicing, how, Shin? I need to pay a lot of tax, correct? Now, today, YYC, we are not here to tell you to pay a lot of tax or extra tax. Don't get me wrong. Now, any one of us here pay any extra tax to any government in the world, we also won't receive a letter to say you are the best citizen. Do you agree? Yes? It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. So I'm not asking you to pay extra tax, but we cannot underpay our tax. Why? Come, let's discuss. If we underpay our tax, what will happen? If we underpay our tax, there'll be a lot of penalty, correct? So that's why today, YYC, we're here to share with you, we need to pay the correct amount of tax. Can everyone in the chat box give me correct? But what is the correct amount of tax? Okay? Correct, correct. We have to pay correct. A lot of people think, what is correct? I thought I'm paying correct tax. You see, we find over these 49 years of experience, we find that a lot of people, they are either paying too much or too little. So my question to you, are you tax efficient? What is your effective tax rate? Anyone calculated before? You see, here are two companies, company A, company B. These two companies, they report the same amount of profit, 1 million. But let's discuss why company A pay 240,000 tax. He can take home 760,000 profit. Wow, 760,000 profit can pay dividend, right? But let's look at company B. Why is company B profit 1 million but paying 350,000 tax? Why? End up, the profit after tax is 650,000. Less by how much? 110,000. Negative 110,000. Why? Come, let's discuss. So many business owners and accountants and a finance team in the chat box today. What do you all think? What's the reason? Why these two bosses also work so hard? These two finance team also work so hard. But end up, company B, profit end up less by 110,000. Why? Because company B is not tax efficient. No proper tax planning. Correct. So work so hard. Is it worth it? So today, have you all calculated what is your effective tax rate? Anyone? Those who've calculated, give me 1. Those who want to calculate but not sure how to do it, give me 2. Those who don't know what I'm talking about, give me 3. All right? Okay, what's effective tax rate? Okay. Give me 1, 2, or 3. 1 is already calculated. 2 is you want to count but you don't know how to count. Then 3 is, what is it? All right, so, well, good news for everyone. Like I said, stay until the very end. I'm going to share with you how to calculate your effective tax rate. So stay until what time? Test, make sure everyone must remember. Stay until 4:30. Yes, fantastic. Now the third reason, thank you, Ui Ling. Now the third reason why tax is a concern for boss is most of the time, most bosses not concerned about tax. Say, won't come look for me one. So many taxpayers, why look for me? There are so many more people richer than me. But once receive love letter from income tax, what happens? Wow, like macam si hantu like that, correct? Very sad, very scared, sesat, very worried. Why? Now I want to ask everyone, why most bosses are very scared for tax? Farida said cannot sleep. Yes, you are right. Why? Why so scared? What's the worst case that can happen? Come, let's discuss. Worst case is what? Worst case, everyone worried, go to jail, correct? Correct or not? A lot of directors will ask me, you know what, if I accidentally do wrong, not intentionally accidentally do wrong, will I go to jail? What's the answer? Do you know that recently, Income Tax Department really put someone to jail? The director, he was a contractor, kasian, didn't pay tax for 2 years, end up need to go to jail. Now, that's why so many people so scared. We all know tax department is one of the most efficient government department in Malaysia. Do you agree? Why I say that? Income tax department, they every year will hit target KPI. Do you know what is 2023 KPI? 2023 coming to an end already. Will they hit target? Yeah, Tony say, do you know what's the target? Now, at this one, I want all of us here in the chat box to give me the target. It is 174 billion. Can everyone in the chat box give me 174 B? Okay, I want my team to help me with the aircon again. Yes, it's not million, it's 174 billion. Yes, are they on the way? Is income tax going to achieve this? Yes, definitely. Will next year's be higher? Yes, definitely. And don't forget, income tax got a new weapon, which is what? Which is tax invoice. E-invoice, correct? E-invoice. Semakin lebih, correct. Now, income tax, why are they so efficient? I'm sure you all know, right? What they have is big data. What they have is supercomputer. and e-invoice will only add to that. Now, not only that, income tax is also very strict, getting more and more strict, just like this case. You see, if you are a business owner, you are a director, you worry go to jail, right? You also worry go to appear to newspaper for the wrong reason, correct? Now, anyone seen this case before? This is a Batu Pahat case on the Star, you know? Anyone seen before? Give me one. Haven't seen before? Give me two. Do you know this businessman, kasihan, his full name appear, his company name also appear. Do you know why? Because he didn't pay tax for 2019, 2020, 2021. Total amount is 2.76 million. Straight away appear on newspaper. Malu kan? I'm sure all of you don't want this to happen to your bosses, right? Very malu or bosses. I'm sure you don't want this to happen to you, right? So malu. Now, not only that, just a reminder to everyone. I'm sure you know also, right? If you want to travel overseas, you have to make sure you pay your taxes also. Why? Come, let's discuss. Why? Because if you didn't pay your taxes, you go to immigration, you may not be allowed to leave the country. So no pay tax, correct, Tony? Yes, blacklist, correct. So kasihan again, right? All your family, now year end already, you know, your family member all living, crossing the immigration to travel. Only you cannot. Why? Because didn't pay tax. So next time, before travel, must check what? Must check visa, right? Got or not? Must check passport, got expired or not? Third, must check my tax to make sure your name is not blacklisted. Now, before we move to the last landmine, which is landmine 11, I also want to check with everyone. I'm sure you all know about tax audit and tax investigation, correct? Now, income tax have many methods to check. Again, I want to ask all of you, which one you think is more serious? One for tax audit, two for tax investigation. Which one is more serious? What do you think? Okay, definitely you are right. Two, tax investigation is more serious. Why I say that? Okay, why I say tax investigation is more serious? Do you know? If you kena investigation, income tax will not inform you here first. Tax audit, they will tell you the date. Tax investigation will be surprise. So imagine income tax come to your office, give you a surprise. This surprise cause what? Heart attack, correct? And then they at the same time, income tax can go to your house. Why? Come, let's discuss why they can go to your house. What do they want to see in your house? They can also open your safe. Come, let's discuss why does income tax want to go to director house? Director safe. Yes, Cindy, you are spot on. They want to see any assets, any Rolex watches, and nowadays they also know, right? Income tax very smart. Hermes bags, right? Any gold bar, any cash in the Milo tin. All right, see what assets, correct? Birkin, yes. So this is the reason. Search for evidence, correct? So this is the power that income tax have. Now, reach for evidence, correct? Now, tax audit also have two types. First is desk audit. Second is field audit. Again, I want to ask all of you, I'm sure you all know, which one more serious? One for desk audit, two for field audit. Which one? Definitely two. Yes. Field audit is more serious. Now, let's remind ourselves, what is the penalty? Why so many people so worried about income tax? Why? The penalty is very high, correct? Now, before 1st May 2022, the penalty for first offense is 45%. Can everyone give me 45%? It's a lot of money, right? Imagine you underpaid tax by 100,000. You do not only need to pay 100,000 tax, you need to pay another additional 45,000 tax. It's a lot of money, correct? Now, after 1st May 2022, I have a little bit of good news for everyone here today. What's the little bit of good news? Little bit lah. After 1st May 2022, the first offense penalty is 15%. Can everyone in the chat box give me 15%? First offense. Reduce a lot, right? Yes, thank you, all of you here today. Reduced by a lot, from 45% to 15%. Now, next question, happy or not? Are you all happy that it's reduced to 15%? Wow, Tony say, wow, 15%. Some people say, happy. Some people say, not so fast happy. Why? Looks happy. And Maggie Lee say, looks happy ma. But some people say, not so fast happy. Do you know why? Because let's think about it. Now, the income tax KPI is still so high. Yes? Yes, but the penalty reduced so much. Question will be, you'll be wondering, right? What would income do to reach the target? Tony Liu said, yes, continue investigation. Now, the question that everyone is asking, what is income tax basis of selection? What do you think? What do you think? Income tax check which companies first? Some people tell me, the big companies first, correct? The listed companies, yes, definitely. But who else do they check? Do they check Sindram Berhad's? Definitely, right? Do they check individuals? Definitely, right? There's so many people to check. Actually, in Malaysia, there's so many businesses, 1.3 million Sindram Berhad's and 8 million, about 8 million sole proprietorship and partnership. So what is the criteria for income tax to check? What do you all think? Let's discuss. What's the answer? Do you all want to know? Okay, income tax check based on risk. They go for high risk companies. Can everyone in the chat box give me high risk? Are you one of the high risk companies? Now, what is high risk? First thing, thank you everyone, so interactive. Okay, the thing is, income tax department, there are so many companies to check, but they check for high risk. How do they check? Now, why is income tax so efficient? One of the reasons, of course, income tax officers are very well trained. On top of that, income tax have, property developer, Malina. On top of that, they also have big data. Can everyone in the chat box give me big data? Income tax have invested a lot of money into big data, correct? A lot of money, and the computer is not normal computer. Income tax department has already came out and said in their press release they have super computer. Okay, thank you, Tony. Not normal computer, is super computer. So that's why income tax are able to identify. And not only that, the big data is linked to what? JPJ, right? They know what car you buy. Big data is linked to what else? Land office. They know what property you buy. And I tell you, game changer, right? With e-invoice, every of your transaction will go through income tax. Do you see that? The big data will get better and better. Now, also at the same time, OMG, TKK said, afterwards I explain more to you about e-invoice, okay? But I want all bosses, finance and accountants to get ready, Now, what does another area that income tax look at? Not only is linked, when they look at the financials, a lot of times they go for high-risk companies. It's very easy to identify high-risk companies. I want to ask all of you here, are you interested? Do you want to see what is considered a high-risk company? Yes? You want to see what the financial statements look like? What the accounts look like? Yes? If yes, give me bonus. Okay, Shin, if you give me more interaction, more people say bonus, I will share more with y'all. All right? Okay, I see a lot of people give me bonus already. Yeah, because some people cannot imagine what is a high-risk financial look like. I don't know. What's a high-risk look like. Is it sales very high? What is it? I show y'all. Okay, now, because this is actual case, okay, the company, many things depreciate, that's one of it, okay, bonus, I have to show you a few years, the accounts, all right? Let's look at this case. This business owner, too creative, very daring, very high risk person, okay, very fearless, willing to take risks, okay? Being willing to take risks in a certain area is quite good, but for tax, it's actually very dangerous. Why I say that? Let's look at this case. Now, this company revenue 15 million. Okay, now the boss says, now these are very what? This type of, the old way of doing business. I'm sure you all are not like that now, right? Okay, this is old way of doing business. This boss says, I want to pay tax. How much? 125,000. Where does the money come from? Where does the amount come from? Not from the financials. It worked backwards. The boss said, I want to pay 125,000, so accounts, help me do this. Chinaman company, yes. I didn't want to say it like that, but yes, you are right, okay? And so the poor accounts have to look for all ways, adjust here, adjust there, end up the gross profit margin 13.33%. Now, I want to ask you all, yes, Yvonne, margin too low. Where you think outliers are correct? Where you think the accounts have to adjust? What do you think? Poor accounts, they don't want to do it, but boss say must do, they do. Where do you think they adjust? Okay, let's discuss. But let me continue first. The next year, the sales go to 20 million, 2017. 20 million sales. Very good, very good. The boss said, I want to pay more tax. How much more? 150,000. Again, work backwards. Adjust here, adjust there. Adjust where? Wow, you know what? The gross profit go down to 10.75%. Yvonne, you're right. A lot of times cost of goods sold, right? Now, 2018, go to 30 million sales. Boss say, pay more. Wow, this one really risk taker. Don't make sense more. Wei Ling, you're right. Inventories only pay extra 10,000. Make rugi business. God, we've seen before. Stop. Correct. Then very risk taker, right? The sales went to 30 million, but he's only paying 10,000 more tax. Work backwards. Again, this time the gross profit don't make sense already. Correct? Why? The gross profit margin go down to 7.5%. This is real case. Now, business not always do well one, right? What happens when sales go down? When sales go down back to 15 million in 2019, boss say, I want to maintain to pay tax. Why? Because he got loan. So he cannot show profit too little. So therefore, he say, okay, I'm going to pay tax 125,000. Gross profit jump back up to 14%. And then in 2020, what year is it? 2020, I'm sure you all remember, it was a horrible, horrible year. COVID year, right? Yes, Wei Ling, correct. How can we forget? Everyone's sales drop, and that year the company is loss-making. Because of that, yes, fluctuate GP like crazy, right? 15%. Now I want to ask all of you, gross profit go down, up sudden go down like roller coaster. If you are income tax department, would you definitely go and audit this company if it's you? 1 for yes, 2 for no. 100%, right? If I go in and audit, I am going to get my KPI for sure, right? And this is what happened. Big one. The tax plus penalty, 1.8 million. Now, with the whole e-invoice in case, I also doubt, it's going to be even easier to check all these things, right? Now, 2023, which year would income tax come and audit? 5 years, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. So all of us, we must get ready. Now, some of you may think, my company don't have issue like this. I'm not that high risk. But then I want to share also with everyone. Sometimes income tax come to audit your company, not because of your company look high risk, but because of supplier or customer. Yes? This one we call third party. Can everyone in the chat box give me third party? Yes, sometimes it is third party, you know. Just like this case, thank you, all of you interact with me. This trading company, Kasian, you know why? They were not high risk, but the customer kena audit. Customer was selected for audit because big data show customer got audited. Then when income tax went into audit, straight away they picked up, wow, this company B, buy a lot from company A. Farida say, yes, right, our clients sometimes didn't ask supplier invoices, correct. I buy a lot from company A. So purchase very high, every year 15 million. So that makes income tax want to cross-check. Do you all know income tax department, they are really, really well trained. They're trained like forensic accountants. So how to cross-check? Ask everyone. Like what Farida said lah. How? They can straight away email and get a confirmation, right? So they did that. They emailed, they sent letter. They want to get confirmation from who? From company A. But the boss, he didn't care about tax. He didn't know. And he told the staff what? Don't need to reply one. And so they didn't reply. And because of that, income tax said, oh, you didn't reply, must be something wrong. They opened file and went in to check company A. Tony said, habis, correct. Went in to check company A, and guess what? When they went in to check company A, they really found something. In company A, the sales to company B is not 15 million, okay? In company A, recorded, it is 11 million. Now, one books is 50 million purchase. Another books is 11 million sales. I want to ask everyone, the balance at the difference 4 million pergi mana? 4 million go where? Come. What do you all think? Let's discuss. 4 million must be both recorded, not logical, lost in the air, right? So actually, you are all right. When income tax check further, it's all in the books, okay? It's not hard to check. Magic show, you know where it went? Yes, magic done, missing in action, they found it went into director's account. Means go where? The 4 million was entered into director's account rather than sales and therefore into director's pocket. End up have to pay tax plus penalty 1.3 million. Again, I want to ask everyone, with e-invoice, is this possible? No way, right? Okay, without e-invoice, you have to wait for income tax, come and check, then only kena, right? But I tell you, with e-invoice, straight away is matching. Can you all see that? Because income tax will have all your transactions. Every sales, yes, e-invoice lagi strict than GST, you are right. Every sales will need to be verified by income tax department. Okay? Pening tak? Pening already, right? Alright. When get love letter, better call them back direct. Yes, Tony, correct. Landmine 4, we need to get everyone ready when selected for tax audit. Why I say that? Now, this company, they are in service industry. Revenue 8 million, payroll 6 million. Now, because payroll is the highest expenses, income tax department straight away asked to check payroll. They asked for the detailed listing and check one by one. They're very suspicious. And guess what they found? They found 5 staff. The salary is 10,000. All 5 exactly the same, 10,000 per month. Not only that, for 5 years, no increment. 5 years also salary 10,000 per month. I want to ask you all, if you are income tax, would you be suspicious? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Will you? For sure lah, you're also so smart, right? Income tax also very smart, all right? Yes, very suspicious. So how? Okay, income tax can check many ways. One way, include interview. Interview who? Now, they can select to interview anyone, right? Not necessarily just boss and finance, correct? So this income tax officer, they called one of the staff into the room. Who? Admin, all right? Just an admin staff to come into the room. Why? Want to verify. Yvonne laughed already. She knows what's happening already. Yesterday, baru get audit PCB. Oh, Tony, pening. You know what? So the admin staff had to go into one of the rooms in the company to be audited by income tax. If you are admin, you'll be worried or not? Scared or not? If you are admin, you're definitely scared, right? So she, poor thing, have to go into the room. Income tax officer asked, okay, do you know everyone here today? Sangat takut, right? Siti said. Admin say, yeah, I know everyone. How long you been working here? I work here about 7 years. Very scared, very scared. So one by one, income tax asked, you know these 5 people? The first one, do you know Mr. A? Don't know. Stack like everything. Mr. B? Also don't know. Miss C, Miss D, Miss E, don't know. Then Miss Income Tax say, you say you work here so many years. You say you already know everyone here, but how come you don't know? Then the last one, do you know or not? Miss C. You know what they said? Oh, income tax said, the admin said, oh, this person I know. Who is it? Oh, this one is boss's wife. Oh, does she come to work every day? No. She's housewife. Very honest one, right? She's housewife. She only come to work. Oh, no, she not. I only see her during Chinese New Year. Okay, everyone laughing already. Yvonne laughing, Okay, jalat, So, therefore, let's think about this case, This company, actually, when they give out 10,000 salary per month, they already pay PCB, correct? Big problem, right? They already pay PCB, but they kena what? They kena penalty lah. Penalty 100 over 1,000. Yeah, everyone laughing, Yes, poor thing, right? Well, kasian, all this burden on her chips, right? Then so penalty 100 over 1,000 because what? Because it is fictitious employees. Okay, fictitious. All right. Now, Landmine 5, freelancer expense. Staff have to find new job. Yeah, I know. Kasian, right? Now, there are few expenses very sensitive by income tax. One of it is called freelancer expense. Any freelancer, income tax suspect this one genuine or not, correct? And so therefore, they came and audit this event organizer. Found out, got this 205,000. Yeah, subcon wages, something like that, right? This 205,000 was billed by another company. And when they check the other company director name, right, very similar. So income tax department give another love letter. This one is called findings letter. They said, this 205,000 we suspect is not genuine. And therefore, want to add back, need to pay tax plus penalty. Now, I want to ask everyone, how do you prove that this is a genuine expense? What do you think? You see, when income tax give you this love letter, we must remember it is a little bit like going to court. You know what happens when you go to court? Wifey cannot buy LV anymore. Yes. You know what happens when you go to court? You go to court, the judge is there, and you need to give what? Judge is to see all the evidence, right? If you are the person who said, oh, you've done something wrong, you have to prove you are innocent. Yes, Yvonne, you are right. You need to prove you are innocent. How to prove? You need to prove with evidence. And so, actually, it's almost the same. Banking slip, correct, one of it. You need to prove that this 205,000, it is genuine. Now, I want to ask you all, let's discuss how to prove. How? Bagaimana? How to prove? Now, this staff, the accountant, they are our TaxPort subscriber. So, they have already learned what needs to be done. Now, how to prove? For sure, you need all the supporting documents, including number one, invoice sure need, right? Correct? Need or not? What else? What else? What do you think? Okay, the kind of work they did for the company. Yes, correct. Contract need or not? 200,000 got agreement or not? Simple agreement got or not? Yes. And because it is to supply wages, right? Freelance expense, so they even needed all the banking slip like yours said. Yes. Farida, very good summary. PO, proof of payment, correct. Bank record, that's right. Correct. And I want to ask you all, when e-invoice comes, what else do they need? They need to get the e-invoice from the other department, right? The other company, right? You definitely need a verified e-invoice. So in the future, can you imagine your expenses all must have verified e-invoice? Verified by who? Verified by income tax department. So supporting documents is very, very important. Make sure everyone remember, can in the chat box give me SD. SD stands for what? Not statutory declaration. SD stands for supporting documents. Yes, dummy invoice definitely cannot use anymore. All right, you need all the supporting documents, and all the supporting documents normally must be so thick, to convince to drop the case, just like you convince the judge like that. Landmine 6, director fees. Now, I'm sure some of your companies do pay director fees, correct? Now, I'll just check, any one of you already, on top of director salary, also give out director fees? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Those who also pay director fees, give me 1. 2 don't have, so far don't pay director fees. Now, what I find is a lot of companies, what a lot of people do is when see year-end tax look like very high, then we'll pay out more director fees just to make sure the tax didn't underestimate, don't have to pay penalty, correct? But end up forgetting to pay out the director fees. Now let's look at this case. This company, they declared director fees 500,000, already deduct as an expense. In the borrowing C, director fees 500,000. But when income tax cross-check to what? I want to ask everyone, what can income tax cross-check to? Got a fee, got expense, must make sure the other party got income, right? Whose income? Director income. So they correct personal tax. They cross-check to this director BE form to see whether he have declared 500,000 as director fees. And when this income tax officer checked to the BE form, guess what? This guy only declared 200,000 director fees. Now, income tax straight away give a findings letter and want to add back. Additional tax 72,000 plus penalty 32,000, all in, additional 104,000. So the director got very upset. Why? Because all this while, he relied on his accounts to do his personal tax. So he wanted to scold his accountant already. Poor accountant, right? Always kena scolding. Why? Poor thing. Do directors tax also kena scolding. You want to scold. You know why? Why you do like this? End up, I have to pay tax plus penalty. Why? Why you do wrong? Company declare 500,000. Why in my personal tax only declare 200,000? Wanted to scold already or scolded already. Then you know what the accountant said? The accountant said, boss, I didn't do wrong. The boss said, wow, you someone want to say you didn't do wrong. The accountant said, I am a TaxPort subscriber, okay? I know the treatment. You see, what happened? Let me explain, boss. First, the 500,000, yes, was declared as director fee. But that year, company only pay you 200,000, boss. 300,000 was paid in the following year. So I add in the following year BE. I didn't do anything wrong. Now, this is the supporting documents. We can bring this to income tax. They brought the 2 years to income tax department and the case is dropped. Boss happy or not? What do you think? Of course happy lah. Because don't have to pay tax plus penalty, right? Boss, wow, sure, very happy. All right. Now, this case, boss happy. But today I want to tweak it a little bit just to make sure all of you get this right. Now, I tweak it a little bit. Now, same thing. 500,000, imagine this is your company, okay? 500,000 was declared as director fees. This one no issue. 200,000 was paid in that year and is in the boss BE form for that year. Now, what if 300,000 was not paid in the following year? No, not paid. It was only paid 1 more year later. I want to ask you, what is the correct tax treatment for the boss, for the director? Okay? Does he need to report it in the following year? If you think that's the case, give me 1. Or in the year that he received the money, give me 2. What do you think? Okay? 1 for in the following year, 2 for in the year he received. What do you think? Got some people give me 1, got some people give me 2. Now, what is it? What's the answer? What's the answer? Okay, now I want to clarify. In the past, the report it only in the year he received the director fee is correct in the past, correct? But many years ago already, actually, income tax already amend this act. Already amend. Income tax says the balance, if didn't pay in the following year, you must still deem that you received in that following year. Can you all see that? So, today I want to teach you a new word, can? Income tax got many words. What's the new word? The new word is deem receive. Yes, thank you, Yvonne. Deem. Can everyone give me deem? Yes, even though you didn't receive it in the past, can. In the past, that treatment was correct, but income tax changed the law. Income tax does always quite consistently change the law. So that's why we must stay updated. Because if you don't stay updated, you could be making a mistake. I tell you, a lot of people make mistake here. Overlook. Many cases overlook. You deem, So, repeat, the 500,000 declared, 200,000 paid year, that itself, no issue that year BE. But let's say the 300,000 was not paid in the following year, you still must deem that it was received and pay tax on that in the following year. Okay? Did you all learn something new today? Yes? All right, continue. Do you know our Malaysia tax is one of the most complicated in the world? Do you all agree? If yes, in the chat box, give me yes. That's why a lot of boss tell me, ayo, I already headache pening, how to do business, so much compliance, we are not up to date. Then accounts also, how? Accounts also pening, why? So many things to up to date. One of the very, very pening one is withholding tax. Why I say that? Okay, first thing, check. How many of you know what is withholding tax? You know, you are quite well versed in it. Give me 1. You know what is it? You're quite well versed in it. Those of you who know but not very well versed, okay, only give me 2. Okay? Those of you totally never heard of withholding tax, give me 3. Don't know what it's all about, give me 3. Okay, so today got 1, got 2, got 3. 1 is what? 1, you know what is it? Quite well versed in it. 2 is you know but not well versed. 3 is totally don't know. Okay, fantastic. Got 1, got 2, got 3 today. Now, what is withholding tax? You see, every government in the world want to collect more tax. So it's not just Malaysia government. Every government wants to do that. So one of the services, which is if an overseas person or company do service for Malaysian company, every government also want to tax, right? So therefore, Malaysia government want to tax the overseas service provider. Nothing wrong with that, correct? Now, it's very hard to make sure that person got do business here or not. Very hard to track that overseas person, correct? So do you know what happens? Every government in the world very smart. They don't put that responsibility on the overseas service provider only. They put the main responsibility, congratulations everyone, on the Malaysian taxpayer. So it is reversed. That's why it's called withholding tax. So if you are the taxpayer that engage an overseas service provider to do something for you, you must check whether you need to pay withholding tax for that or not. And recently, in the last few years, in the public ruling, even include what? Facebook service, Google service, correct? So everyone end up have to pay more tax, correct or not? Withholding tax. Now this case, this business owner, they are in manufacturing. Now, when income tax came to audit them, straight away gave them a huge tax bill. You know why? Because this business owner engaged a Singapore agent, sales agent to sell their furniture. And every year pay this Singapore agent a lot of money. So when income tax came in and audit them, straight away they said, wow, this 14 million, you didn't pay withholding tax. And you are supposed to pay actually within 1 month of payment to them. Yeah, encourage us to guna local. Guna more local. Okay, so therefore, 14 million you didn't pay withholding tax, charge how much? 10% withholding tax, 1.4 million. Because you didn't pay withholding tax, you got late penalty. Late penalty, how much? Another 10%. 1.4 million times 10%, 140,000. And because you made an incorrect return, you didn't withhold, then you make a deduction. It's called incorrect return. 45% penalty, all in. Another 1.5 million. So 1.4 million plus 140,000 plus 1.5 million, all in. 3 million tax bill. Pay. Wow. If you are the business owner, director, what will happen? Will you burning? Yes? Will you fainted? Oh, Farida said die already. Sure die one, right? Got appeal. Yes, can appeal. Now, some people say this boss because very upset, right? You see a tax bill like that. Sure upset. You know what he said? He said, better don't do business already. Close shop better, right? But guess what? You think can just close shop. If the company don't pay for the tax, if you don't appeal it, you don't go through the process, it becomes a real tax bill. You know what happens? Director have to be personally liable if you own more than 20% shares. Can everyone give me in the chat box 20%? Let me have a sip of water. 20% shares. 20% and more already need to personal liable. So you cannot even close shop, I tell you, cannot even close shop. You need to deal with it. All right, so how? Now, these accounts, they came for our webinars before. So she told boss, we need to seek for second opinion. Their existing tax agent said need to pay withholding tax, but it's always good to seek for second opinion. Do you all agree? In everything that we do, see doctor, also must get second opinion, correct or not? One doctor say can operate, no issue. Another doctor say better don't. So it's always good to go for second opinion. Willing say agree. For those of you who agree, give me in the chat box second. I want to remind everyone, because all of you would have tax agents, but I want to remind all of you here, it's always better to ask for a second opinion. Then you can make a decision, correct? You want to hear more perspective, right? So they came to see us. Second opinion, very important. Came to see us. And then when they came to see us, we asked a few questions. First question we asked, okay, now this agent, what is their principal activity? Can tell us. The boss say, I don't know I think agency but I'm not sure whether that is the principal activity or not. Why you ask? Say we have our reason and we want to determine whether this is subject to withholding tax or not. Second question, we ask them, you know the amount they receive from you, is it their main income or other income? Boss say different one meh? Now those of you who do accountants, I'm sure you all know, right? Main income and other income to boss is the same, all money. But to accountants, it's very different. Do you agree? Yes? It's a different line in the financial statements. Correct or not? Very different. Yeah, see? Accountants all know what I'm talking about. Agree, but boss don't understand. Because money, what's the difference? Yeah, agree, right? And then, so therefore, the boss said, I don't know. Why are you asking for this? I said, we explained. Because if it is their principal activity is agency and it is their main income, then we can justify under section 109F of the Income Tax Act, it is not subject to withholding tax. Wow, boss heard the magical word. Huh? You mean there is a chance we can appeal for this? Very happy. The lights bright up already. At first, very sad. But when he heard all this, wow, so happy. Then, next question. Okay, just like trade and non-trade. Correct, Fion. Correct. So, next question. How to prove? What do you think? How to prove? What supporting documents needed? We asked boss, do you have the supporting documents? The boss asked the accounts, do you have the supporting documents? Accounts said, no. What supporting documents do you need? What do you think? Let's discuss. What do you need? Need a lot, right? You need, for sure, agreement. That one have lah. What else you need? Do you need the other party's audit report? Yes. Do you need the other party? Sometimes, not just the audit report, you even need the confirmation from the auditor, you know. Right? And this is an overseas supplier. So the boss think. Bosses really can think very fast, very agile. The boss said, okay, I tell you what, Shin, today you tell me exactly what you need. I'm going to fly down to Singapore and I'm going to meet my agent. And then I'm going to talk to him and make sure he give me all the supporting documents. Now, ask everyone, do you think it's easy to get these documents or difficult? One for easy, two for difficult. Depends, right? Difficult, a lot of people say difficult. Why? Your agent not necessarily need to give all these things to you, okay? Okay, so but anyway, the boss said, I'll do my best. So he flew down to Singapore and then make sure his agent met him. And then he said, brother, I need your help. I need all these documents from you. What do they need? He told him, you don't give me these documents, me and you, both of us are gonna be in trouble because actually this withholding tax is your tax. But you know, I have to pay first. So you must help me. And then I need what? Agreement. That one he have. Auditor's confirmation. Okay, LHDN will ask source of income, correct? Okay, non-residence audit report, notice of assessment, and also their business registration or license of non-resident. With all that, only can be sufficient supporting documents. Tax residence certificate can prove, yes, one of it. And in the end, it was a happy ending lah. Everyone so kanchong already, right? In the end, it was a happily ever after. The supplier, the agent managed to give him everything. They came back, flew back to Malaysia, and then the whole stack of documents show to income tax, the whole 3 million dropped. That's why bosses and accounts, we must know our taxes. Why? Because we need to be able to defend ourselves if the income tax asks for this. That's why we must all master our taxes. Can everyone in the chat box give me master tax? Must master, you know. All right, another very common master tax. Thank you. All of us, bosses, must rely on accounts to master tax, right? Okay, Landmine 8, entertainment expenses. Very commonly checked, correct? Wow, income tax loves to check entertainment, right? Why? Because they know a lot of times bosses abuse it. Don't entertain customer, end up entertain who? Entertain sendiri, correct? So, a lot of times very common. So now I want to check with all of you. This is some extra bonus for you all. I'm sure you all know, right? But we revise here. Now, what is 100% claimable? One is not 100%. The first thing, if you entertain existing supplier and customer, how many percent? 50%, all right? Okay, if you entertain existing supplier and customers, 50%. Can everyone in chat box give me 50%? All right? All right, 50%. Entertain existing. Yes, yes. Okay, the keyword is what? The keyword is existing lah. Existing 50%. Is it safe to put all 50%? Haha. Okay, later Jordan we discuss. Okay, we discuss. You need proof, Jordan. How to prove? Okay. Now, entertain own staff. Nowadays, we have to entertain our staff. For sure. Why? Because own staff it's very hard to retain talent, right? So we must entertain our own staff. Own staff is what? 100%. Can everyone in the chat box give me 100%? Own staff? 100%. Yeah, Jordan. Happy staff, happy business, just like happy wife, happy life, right? Yes, yes, correct. You're all right. Okay, 100%. My next question, how to prove? How to prove? Tell me. How to prove? How to prove you are entertaining your own staff? Write down. Very good. How to prove you're entertaining your existing supplier, customer? How to prove? Some people say, photo, selfie. I know lah, you all like to take selfie lah. Jordan says, you should take photo, nameless photo. Okay. Yeah, you like to take photo, take lah. Okay, definitely can take photo. But on top of that, income tax, they do, attendance list lah, email lah, photo name. They do accept a very good best practice in your payment voucher. Write the name of the person you're entertaining. And then if it's your customer, you write down your customer's name, right? Your own staff name. Yes, correct. Everything needs supporting documents, correct? Landmine 9, long outstanding creditor, correct? Now, long outstanding creditor, income tax also check. Did you know that? Now, income tax came in to check this company. They found that this company have long outstanding creditor, one supplier. This company owe them 1.5 million, not 100,000. It's 1.5 million. And not only that, 3 years, no payment at all to them, no movement. Now, I want to ask all of you, you got supplier like that, so good one. Let you owe them money 3 years, don't need to pay one. Other than your related company, got anyone with such a good supplier like that? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Cindy said, no lah. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Don't have lah, right? So income tax, very, very suspicious. So, fake transaction, correct. Straight away, what? Letter lah. Disallow, 1.5 million, additional tax, 360,000, penalty, 162,000. Straight away. Now, not only that, income tax, very good of them. Did a cross-check. How to do a cross-check? Yeah, nowadays, credit 60 terms also, 60 days terms also hard. How to cross-check? I want to ask everyone. Very easy one, right? To cross-check. Call the number, right? Nombor ini tidak digunakan. And then what else? SSM, got this company not? Don't have. So, this case, straight away, income tax, add back, total penalty plus tax. Tax itself is 360,000. Penalty, 162,000. And this case, I want to tell everyone again, with e-invoice, no way it can happen. You know why? Because income tax now don't even need to go to your company. Yes? Straight away in their records, they are able to match. Okay? SSM track, then no need business. Yes, they can straight away track, match whether there is underreporting or not. They will be able to have such data. All right, so I want to remind everyone. So up until here, until Landmine 9, I'm sure for a lot of bosses here today, bosses, I'm talking to you. It's not what you know that causes most of the problem. Yes? So far, all the landmines is what you don't know, correct? Because a lot of times, you don't know what you don't know, correct? Some bosses tell me, Shin, I'm very good at doing sales. I'm very good at operation. I bring in a lot of business to a company. But my company is like a pail with a bucket with a lot of holes. A lot of water coming and then a lot of water flow out. Yes? Yeah, we know some bosses, they want to avoid mines only. Only know after kena trouble. Correct. Then the boss says, Shin, we should have attended all these courses earlier. But we didn't because last time we didn't care. Why didn't care? Because too busy doing business. Staff yang susah, agree. So end up, the money flow in, money flow out. They didn't hire the right people, like all of you here, all of you very good accountants, but some bosses, they didn't hire the right people. End up, they pay a lot of money in compliance costs, a lot of money in penalty. Like that do business, moving forward, can or not? What do you all think? Definitely cannot, right? Cannot be done already. Jordan said cannot. So, how? Bosses cannot be so master in tax, right? Bosses need to rely on who? Please tell me. Bosses definitely need to rely, Gerald say with your help, bosses definitely need to rely on their accountants, correct? Bosses definitely need to rely on accounts exec. But a lot of bosses also tell me, it's so hard to find good accountants nowadays, correct? Now, not only that, a lot of bosses misunderstand. They think accountants are not only master in accountants are also master in tax. Now, today I want to clarify, especially to all bosses here today. Accounts and tax is actually two different expertise. Do you agree? Yes, of course can hire YYC lah, okay, for sure. But it's two different expertise, but boss expects the accountant definitely know everything. Not your accountant don't want to know, but it is two expertise. Your accountant is very good at accounts, correct? Wow, all the MFRS, MPERS, debit, credit, very, very good. But tax, it is a different expertise. Wendy said exactly, Tony said keep to update. Yes, correct. It's two separate expertise. So therefore, boss need to, how? Need to rely on accountant ma. Not your accountant don't want to help you. And tax always got changes. Your accountant needs training, needs up-to-date tax updates. Yes, CPD, correct. So you need to invest in your people. Can everyone give me in the chat box, invest? Invest in training. Actually, this is so important. So today, I have a little bit of strategy for you all. What's the strategy? First thing, boss, you want to make sure your tax, your company don't have holes. You definitely need to invest in your accountant, but you need more than that. And accountants, you need to upgrade or else won't be able to help boss, correct? So today, I got a little bit of tips for everyone. Do you all want to know? Can claim HRDF, right? Correct. What's the tip? Boss and accountant needs to be BFF. Can everyone give me BFF? Now, what is BFF? Now, boss need to rely on accountant, right? Accountant also need to upgrade to make sure can help company save tax, company can make more money. Then end up, boss will definitely give more credit to accountants. Yes? So what's BFF? I want to ask everyone here. What's BFF? What do you think? Yes, Yvonne very young. Best friends forever. Correct. Yes. Boss and accountant must best friends. Why? Boss will say, after investment, then employee leave. That's why reluctant to invest. I know, Sui Ling. Accountant invest so much, but bosses pay low fees. How? Okay. Let's discuss. All right. Now, the thing is, a lot of times, accountants have a disadvantage. You know why? Most accountants, I don't know about you, but most accountants tend to be introverts. Am I talking about you? Most accountants, including myself, I'm an accountant, right? So I choose to study accounting. Why? Because I'm introvert. So most accountants do a lot of things, but don't tell boss, don't claim credit. So end up a lot of times, boss can see the sales doing very well, reward the salespeople. So tend to forget about accountants. So today, another tip for accountants, betul Okay, for accountants, we must learn to be able to, I'm not saying, show off. I'm not saying just claim credit. No. What I'm saying is we also need to be able to share with bosses how we have helped them. Yes, especially how we help them in saving tax. Jenny said agreed with the statement. So, okay, especially for accountants who want to go up to the next level, right? Express yourselves, correct? If you are accountant, you want to, now let's say you're accounts exec now, you want to be accountant, you want to be CFO one day, the more you need to learn to express yourselves, correct? Yes, tell loud, yes, correct. And we need to learn all that, need to think all around. Yes, so therefore I know, because a lot of accountants are already so busy, Where got time to learn some more? But what to do? We must, yes, agree. We need to get heads out of the sand and talk more. Yes, agree. We need to learn to express to bosses how you have helped the company save tax. Cheryl say, include entertainment budget with accountant. Wow, I love the crowd today. A lot of sharing. Fantastic. Now, before I go to Landmine 11, which is what everyone is anticipating. Yes, boss need to wear spec. Ng Yang say, but accountant must also be able to speak up more. Now, before we go to Landmine 11, let's talk about Landmine 10. Director's capital statement. What is that? Now, directors, okay, I know many bosses are here today. Did you know income tax can even ask you to do a director's capital statement? Those of you who have heard and know what is director's capital statement, give me one. Those of you who never hear before or don't know what it is, give me two. Okay, one for heard before, know what it is. Two for don't really know what it is. Okay, so a lot of people, most people don't really know what it is. You see, income tax got many ways to see, to check you, including they can ask you to come up with the director's capital statement. Jordan said, I'm director, but I don't know. Correct. What is a director's capital statement? It is basically to check your income versus expenses, your lifestyle, whether it is balanced or not, whether it makes sense or not. It is also to see all the assets you've saved so many years minus your liability, your net worth. Is it make sense or not? The amount of tax reported with your lifestyle, with your assets, is it make sense or not? Can you all get what I'm saying? And I tell you, a lot of times after doing the capital statement, a lot of times it shows some directors under-report. Yeah, something like a reasonableness test. So anyone here today keen to look at what a director capital statement look like? Yes? If yes, give me what? Bonus? I have a sip of water. I want to see, give me bonus. You see, come for YYC class, we do our best. Our webinar, we share as much as possible. That's why I got a lot of requests. Must give me 100%. Must stay until the very end. Okay. All I want to see. Now I'm ready. Let's show everyone. This is a template. Director's capital statement. They have the expense portion and the capital portion. Let's look at the expenses portion. So detailed. Everyone can peng san, I tell you. You see, they want to know how much you spend on food. Rental for 5 years. Electricity, water, telephone, wages, what else? Repairs and maintenance, clothing, motor car, expenses, your holiday, entertainment, cuti, what else? Medical, dentist, you run scholar. They want to see director's P&L and balance sheet. Correct, Farida, spot on. Fiance, family expenses. A lot of bosses tell me, what I spent on last week also, I don't remember. How can I remember last year, last 3 or 5 years, how much I spent on? Correct? Yes? Can you remember? Cannot, right? So how? So still have to do. From where? Moral of the story, don't be director. Yvonne, so cute. And then all your assets, all your liabilities, they want to see. Income tax got so many ways to check, right? Now, you have to keep track. No, I'm not saying you have to keep track, but bosses, before you all buy another property, please make sure you have all these records. Yesterday, makan apa pun lupa, right? You can get from your bank statement and all, but it's not easy. I want to share a story with y'all. Real case, This director, he kena this director's capital statement. He kena. Then he didn't know how to do. Then he couldn't get his accounts to do also because he's not BFF with accounts. They are enemies. So he couldn't get accounts to do. Couldn't get the wife to do also enemies. So how? He looked for audit firms, accounting firms, tax firms to do. But tax firms definitely charge a lot, right? Tax firms, at least 10,000 a year of assessment, right? At least. So how? So the boss said, like that, I do myself lah. Do himself. Why? He said, I'm 60 years already. You think I've negotiated so many cases before. You think I cannot deal with income tax? Any more problems also I deal with before. All these foreign companies also I deal with before. Definitely can negotiate with income tax one. And then he told me, he shared with me later, he thought he had a strategy. You all know what's his strategy? You want to know? His strategy is he want to, listen carefully, act poor. Okay, the key word is what? Not poor, is act poor. Okay, how to act poor? Ask everyone. Okay, he said he start with appearance. He choose his shirt, got hole here, hole there one. He found a shirt like that. And then the hair normally very lang zai, very handsome. That day, the hair very messy, you know. Never comb, messy. Then he went to see, makan ikan masin, correct. Then he went to see income tax officer, Winzy, laughing already. He went to see income tax officer. And then he said, sir, I don't know why you choose me to audit. Miss Vino laughing already. I don't know why. My business is so bad. Very bad. The economy no good. My industry horrible. No need that. Last year, my heart got problem. I needed to do balloon, you know. I don't even know why you all choose me. You all waste your time only lah. This one is my capital statement. Income tax officer baju more holes than him. I be laughing. And guess what? Income tax officer said, Dato, you don't like this lah, Dato. We know, you're staying in Damansara Heights, right? No need that, Oh, you got land in Selangor lah, got Ipoh land, right? And then Johor, you also recently bought a property, right? How they know? Please tell me. How they know? No need that, Recently you changed the latest series Mercedes-Benz, the most expensive one, correct? Plate number also got. How they know? Wow, the boss, big data. The boss got so shocked. Wow, his face pucat already, you know. He was so shocked. Yeah, IRB really know everything. Correct. They know. And so end up, he had to pay 10 million in tax plus penalty. Just waiting boss to declare, correct? There was no way out. They already know everything. Okay, now, I want to check with everyone before we go into Landmine 11 e-invoice. I want to check with everyone, interlink with all government departments. Correct. Now, so far, what I shared with you all, any one of you here, not intentionally, kena one or two. If yes, don't tell me in the chat box because I know this team, this crowd, very interactive. Anyone accidentally make one or two tax mistakes, accidentally step on one or two landmine, got or not? But don't tell me in the chat box, you know. Got Sure got one, I tell you. Sure have one. Not on purpose one. But don't tell me in the chat box. Why? Just don't tell lah. Alright, you want to make sure nobody knows ma. Now my next question, this one also don't answer me in the chat box, okay? My next question to all of you is, if really kena one or two, if really kena, anyone will go and volunteer. I made a mistake. Anyone, don't tell me. Okay? Just answer yourself. Some people sure will go and admit, I cannot sleep at night, I will go and admit. Some people sure die also won't go and admit one, correct? Sure have one. Now, today I just want to share with y'all. Actually, Income Tax Department got give us chance, alright? They give you SVTP 2.0. Can everyone now in the chat box give me SVTP 2.0? What's the benefit? Normally, you still have to pay back the tax. Not only that, have to pay the penalty. Now, no one replied me already. Okay, SVTP 2.0, second chance. Second chance, not just one time. Last time kena before, now second chance. Yes, SVTP 2.0. Congratulations to all. Just in case you need to do it, the penalty is 0%. Now, everyone can give me 0%. Can happy or not? 0%, sure happy one, right? No, not the tax is 0. Tax still have to pay. Penalty, 0%. Now, if only you didn't kena audit. You didn't kena audit, you really didn't pay your tax, underpaid. Naughty Liao say sorry. Yes, correct, Yvonne, so cute. Yeah, say sorry. Won't kena pukul. Yeah, because I want to tell all of you here today, if you really need, you must take this opportunity, because some people didn't pay filing return few years also recently brought up to court lah. So many things. So this is your chance. All right. It's until when? until 31st May 2024. Now, if you are not sure whether to do or not to do, because you're very worried. Why worried? Worried if go report now, what if income tax go and dig some more, right? You're worried, right? Yeah, you think I don't know, I know. So how? If you're worried, come join our tax pod and understand more about SVTP first. Understand more first. We have 4 modules about this. Okay, sure, dig further. I know you're worried, right? Okay, now to the main dish for today, which is, main dish, but I still got a lot more to go, so you must stay until the end. Landmine 11, e-invoice. Now, how much do you all know about e-invoice? How much? A lot of people misunderstand because of the name. The name is so misunderstanding. Sound like e-invoice is what? I email you my invoice, digital invoice lah. No. It's more than that. It should be called tax invoice. Can everyone give me tax? Why I say that? It's very misunderstanding. Because what e-invoice is every one of your invoice needs to be sent to income tax department to be verified first. Yes, before it can be sent out to your supplier. That is what e-invoice is. Should change name, right? Agree or not? Agree? Those who agree with me, give me 2. Can or not? Okay, so what's the process? Yes, that's the case. In the future, before you issue out invoice, when you issue out invoice, you have to send it to income tax portal. Income tax portal must verify it and then send it out. And send it out to who? To you and your your customer. And then within 72 hours, they have to make sure. Okay, how about retail? Then if you don't, you want to reject it, you have to within 72 hours from the validation time. Yes. So what about retail companies? Retail companies can gather together consolidated. Pening kan? Consolidated once a month. Okay? Yes, get validate from income tax before send out. What does it mean? Everyone here today, what does this mean? Means everything will be going through income tax. Means what? Everything will be super transparent. Yes, with QR code some more. And when income tax validate your invoice, your e-invoice, I also use wrong word already, it's called e-invoice. They will give you a unique identification number, is in the form of a QR code. All right, and therefore all our invoices will be verified. Now, the mandatory date, we got stages. Okay, for those of you who came late, the first batch who kena, of course, big company lah. Those more than 100 million. Okay, August next year will need to start already. And the worst part is what? Worst part is the guide is not fully out yet, right? Especially the software guide, not fully out yet. So everyone needs to wait. So what do we do while waiting? Must understand first lah. Now everyone else will need to be done need to be implemented by 1st July 2025. Can you see this is a game changer? For those of you who agree, in the chat box, give me game changer. Why I say that? First thing, it was brought forward by 18 months. Was supposed to be 2027. Now we don't have time anymore, ladies and gentlemen, for bosses and gamer, for accounts. Give love to LHDN. So therefore, it's a game changer. What does this mean? The old way, the Chinaman style, cannot be done anymore. The creative accounting cannot be done anymore. In fact, get ready from now, correct? A lot of practices need to be changed. Maureen say government no money. Yeah, most government no money one, right? Who need to comply? Come. Some of you may be thinking, I no need. Another way of GST coming back, you can say that. How about company sales less than 25 million? Is it implement e-invoice start 1 July 2025? Yes, Lufa, correct. Now, everyone need to comply. Sole proprietor partnership, LLP, Zenran Berhad Association, semua kena. Alright? All of us need to be ready for e-invoice. Now, all individual dan company. Now, please take note. E-invoice, the usage of e-invoice is proof for tax, okay? It's proof for income, accountants madaya. It's also proof of expense. So, two-way check. So, would it imply, income tax didn't really state it yet, would it imply to get a deduction, you need to make sure you get a valid tax invoice, e-invoice, okay? But what if the e-invoice replacing GST? It's more for transparency, okay? It is more for transparency because when GST time, very transparent one, right? Because everyone need to do reporting. So e-invoice actually is two sides, you know. For the company issuing the invoice is proof of income. Last time pattern, let's say some people 10 invoice, then cash sales don't report. Can still be done? Cannot lah, right? And then the other one, proof of expense. If you want to claim a deduction, you need to get a valid tax invoice. Can simply get any fictitious invoice. Not just a paper will do, okay? Okay, transparent. To commission earners, oh, we don't know yet. We don't know whether there's threshold or not. Okay, a retail store cash invoice, well, once a month you have to send to income tax portal. All right. So yeah, don't understand how to be done for small business. Actually, there are a lot of details out already. I want to show you all more. An example of e-invoice. Come. Everyone take a look. There will be 50 overfields. And this is killer. Next time, not only you need your TIN number, you need your customer's TIN number. Can everyone give me TIN? T-I-N. Stands for what? What is TIN number? You need your customer's tax number. Okay? Yes, taxable income number. Correct. Individual, yes. Depending on you need, yes, tax identification number. Correct. So this is what is needed. Accountants more opportunity. Yes, correct. Now, 51 fields. Wow, a lot, man. Supplier TIN, your SSC registration number, your email, MSIC code. Oh, so many. All right. What software is YYC preparing cope with e-invoice depending on our clients, right? We will have all for our clients, but more importantly, just like GST. Do you all remember GST? Those of you who remember, give me a GST, can or not? Remember GST? Just like GST, it's not just the software. Software, yes, got the sure your software will have the function, correct? Other than those 100 million one, anyone with 100 million one, sure, already very burning nightmare, right? Because all the other software will have time to get ready, but the SAP's, Oracle's, wow, big headache, right? That's why a lot of companies already asking us to do consultancy work for them because they need to get ready. Is foreign supplier need to issue invoice? One more thing called self-bill invoice. Can everyone give me self-bill? Your foreign supplier don't need to give you invoice, but you need to bill yourself. You need to send this to income tax portal. So, pening or not? That's why I say it's like GST. You need to learn as accountants. You need to learn all this, what is needed, what's not needed. Okay, laughing already. Okay, so that's why bosses, not only there are 51 fields. Okay, how about all these details will come more. And okay, not only invoice, CN CN also must inform income tax department. Now let's look at this. There's two ways you can do it. Number one is use income tax portal. It's called My Invoice Portal. But would you be using that direct? Or second option would be API. API means your software have an API to income tax. Which option you go for? Please tell me. Okay, nanti semua pening, you sure will go for API, right? Okay, nobody will want to go to income tax portal, key in one by one, right? You sure will get your API done, right? Now, no, so let's look at the impact. I want everyone here to start thinking about the impact. Must need system liao, cannot? Yeah, correct. Invoice details alone, one page liao. Now, first thing, anyone backdate invoice? Can still backdate Tak boleh lah. Second, some people amend invoice. Can still amend Cannot lah. Do you need additional manpower? Maybe, right? Real-time accounting needed? Maybe, right? Once a month do account still can ah? Most likely cannot anymore, correct? And a lot of countries in the world that have implemented e-invoice, their tax collection straight away shoot up. Why? The answer is transparent. Yeah, real time. Now, okay, this one all bosses very worried one. Okay, now staff also worried for boss one. Accountants are very worried for boss. Okay, now, what's the offense? If do not follow e-invoice, listen properly, fine not less than 200 and not more than 20,000, or imprisonment not exceeding 6 months. Means what? And many businesses want to close liao. Yes, it's not easy doing business. So bosses, it's definitely not easy doing business. So remember, offense is got a lot of heavy offense like can go to jail one. All right. So therefore, antique shop habis, jika invoice salah macam mana? Penalty lah. I want to retire lah. Need to hire accountant. Cannot send to accounting firm anymore. Increase cost. It's not easy, right? So how? What next? What next? Okay, so therefore, all of us here today, what do we need to do? Now, for sure, every business owner knows this or can feel it. It's getting harder and harder to do business. Yes, everyone high blood pressure. It's getting harder and harder to do business. So all of us must have business strategy. I think the first thing bosses must embrace, we all must have business strategy. Now next, it's also getting harder and harder to do tax. So all bosses also must make sure you have tax strategy. Can everyone in the chat box give me tax strategy? Can ah? Money can solve problem ah? Yes, correct. Agreed. Can solve. But first, we must embrace it. We must acknowledge it is coming. No point you tell yourself, it's not coming one night, it's not coming, I don't want to see it, it will come. All right, I want to tell everyone, it is a problem. It is there. So therefore, we need to address it. And do you know what's the best tax strategy? What is it? Just now I give half the answer already. The best tax strategy is a golden triangle. With what? The best tax strategy is not like what Go say don't pay tax. The best tax strategy is boss needs to BFF with who? I will recap, Yvonne. Boss need to be best friends with finance. And yes, Joyce, you are right. You need another weapon. You need tax pot. Okay, yes, accountant and finance. You need tax pot. Let me recap first. Did everyone learn a lot today so far? I still got a lot to go. So far, did everyone learn a lot? Yes, if yes, in the chat box, give me yes. Let me recap. Landmine 1, company didn't grow because under report tax. Landmine 2, below industry GP and high fluctuate, high risk. Landmine 3, information from third party. Landmine 4, employee not prepared for tax invoice and for tax audit. Landmine 5, freelance expense. Landmine 6, director fee. Landmine 7, director withholding. What is withholding tax? Kena withholding tax. Landmine 8, entertainment. Landmine 9, log outstanding creditor. Start, feel stressed, don't stress. I'll give you solution. Landmine 10, director capital statement. Landmine 11, e-invoice. I got 2 bonus at the end. So, learn a lot today. But I'm sure all of you feel that this is just the beginning, right? You don't want to miss out any latest tax updates and strategies. You don't want to get penalized for incorrect tax treatment. You are hungry to solve more problems. Most people feel like this now, correct? The penalty per transaction, there are talks about that. Chongha? So therefore, today we created a package for all of you to help you save tax, increase profit, increase value. Is this what you want? Can everyone here give me some time to explain how TaxPot can help you? If yes, in the chat box, give me TaxPot. Can I? Because we want to help you. That's why we are here for business owners as well as accountants today. We created this TaxPot is to help your business. Can everyone give me some time to explain? Can I? Okay, now, first thing, TaxPot will be able to help you to save money. Why? Because you don't have to pay unnecessary tax or unnecessary penalty. Number 2, TaxPot will be able to let you get good financial because you can legally do your tax, correct? Do your tax, then your financials is in order. Then 3, get the valuation you deserve. Number 4, avoid sleepless night. Avoid shareholder dispute. Train your team to be tax savvy. So, we have put our 49 years of expertise into TaxPod Masterclass videos. All these videos is to help you save tax, save money, save time. You see, all this while, all these years, we've been helping a lot of business owners, giving advice. In the past, we give advice to business owners and to companies. We charge hundreds of thousands of dollars, but we put everything into bite size. So we have bite-sized income tax advice, bite-sized SST advice, and even bite-sized expert guidance on tax form filing. So it's all in. So let me first share with you the value, but today I'm going